Hello and welcome everyone to this session where we are going to be talking about how to look at the markets at the end of the week, right? Week ending analysis is very important, and in this session I'm going to be talking about how can you do a weekly analysis, how can you find out how to look at the stocks at the end of the week, and how can you do the entire activity in a smarter way. My name is Raja Venkatraman. I'm the co-founder of NeoTrader and also your trading influencer. Been in the markets for more than 15 years, happily married with a loving wife and an energetic son who keeps me on the run just like the markets. So friends, I hope all of you are fine and all of you are having an exciting time trading the markets, observing the markets, interacting with the markets. All right. So good to see all of you connecting with me, and all of you, I hope, are able to hear me loud and clear. And I hope that all of you are also able to have the audio and the visual as well, so that we are good to start and get started with today's action. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, all of you. Good morning to see the energy on the chat, and that's what I'll be doing. I'll be taking you through some set of analysis, and I want you all to concentrate on what's happening. We will be doing it step by step. We'll be looking at all the kinds of processes. We'll be seeing how to look at the markets, and then we will get into the Q&A session. When we get into a Q&A mode, that's when we can interact. We can find out what kind of queries you're having, how can we resolve them, and how can we put everything together. All right, so that's going to be the agenda for the day. I hope you're excited, you are aware, and I want all of you to do one thing. I want all of you to take down notes. Why is that important? Because that will make you understand the process. वीडियोस तो आप लोग ने बहुत सारे देखे, बहुत सारे वीडियोस देखते रहते हैं, वेबिनार्स अटेंड करते रहते हैं, बट जब भी आप लिखेंगे तो आपको पता चलेगा कि आपको कितना समझ में आ रहा है. दैट्स व्हाट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, कि आपको कितना समझ में आ रहा है. ऑलराइट, so having said that, let's begin with today's session. Good morning all of you. Good morning Satyavel, good morning Chandran, good morning Brijesh, good morning Kumudavali, good morning Ambalavanam, good morning Ajay, good morning Dinmani. all right, so people are joining in. संडे है, इसके लिए हमने थोड़ा आराम से रखा है सेशन 11 बजे को. All right, so relax, chillax, and let's get started with what we need to do. And what we need to do is get an understanding of the market, right? That's what we are going to be doing. We are going to see how to get an understanding of the market. Now, in order to get an understanding of the market, right, we have to get an understanding of the market. So how are we going to do it? We are going to take the help of NeoTrader, right? We're going to take the help of NeoTrader, and we are going to ensure that we're getting some good perspective. And what I'll be showing you is how can you get an assessment of what's really happening on the ground. So let's begin with the top-down approach. I hope all of you can see here, right? What I have here with me is the dashboard. So let's not get into the dashboard. Let's get into some understanding of what the Nifty is telling us. So I'll get into the stock analyzer, right? I'll get into the stock analyzer. All of you can see here that this is the stock analyzer, and this is what we are seeing right now. And stock analyzer is telling me that there is the situation in Nifty where we are going to be looking at some strong bullish scenario. How many of you can see this? This is a strong bullish scenario which we are seeing in Nifty, right? You can see here that the strong bullish scenario in Nifty, okay, the strong bullish scenario in Nifty is very evident. Okay, it's very evident when you take a look here. Okay, when you take a look at the strong buy on an intraday. Strong buy is it's moving towards a strong buy possibility on a multi-day, as well as the positional basis also it is at a buy scenario. So what are we seeing here? We are seeing that the Nifty has moved into strong buy on intraday. It is to move to a strong buy on multi-day. It is moving towards it, moving towards a position. So intraday, multi-day और positional तीनों situation में एक buy scenario है. All right. So that is the first observation which we are having as far as the trend is concerned. So we all are familiar with the terminology. trend is your friend. But now how to find out? This is the best way to find out. So what I'm doing is I am taking a look at the overall trend position, and I am finding that Nifty is very well poised. All right. So now I got an idea of the trend in Nifty. Now let me also go and check out how is the overall positioning of the price action. Okay. Now what is the closing? So this is based on the Nifty spot. So is if you're part of the live session which I had done on Friday, I had said that 18,000 to 18,050 is a key level, and it proved out that those supports were very well held, and from there we got a terrific run towards the end of the day. Now, what are we going to do? We are going to see now how effective is that level. So, what are we observing? When you take a look here, okay, when you take a look at this kind of setup which you are seeing right now, you can see here that there is something called as a TS line and a KS line, right? You can see here there is something called as a TS line and a KS line. So these two lines as part of the Ichimoku setup are the short term. They are the short term values and they are the immediate support. Now, on a longer term basis, Senko span A and Senko span B. So these two are the longer term support. And then you are having the CS line which is at 18,129. So you can see here that currently Nifty is trading well above these levels, right? And even if you take a look at the options data, the maximum pain point is standing at 18,000. So overall, collectively, you are seeing that the Nifty is well above the maximum pain point. Maximum pain point is the area where there is a lot of concentration of activity. So 18,000 पे concentration हो रहा है activity का. So 18,000 you know now that it is a important level to watch out for. Now, looking at the way the overall positioning is there, the next support after 18,000 comes at 17,900. So this is what it is looking like. So 17,900 is your support, and then the worst scenario. Let's imagine the worst scenario. Just imagine that nothing else happens. Okay, we are planning for the week, so we should know exactly how to plan for the week. Just imagine that there is a steady correction for X reasons. All right. So now then you have to take a look at supports. So where does the support lie? Support on the Ichimoku concept, the KS line and the Senko span A makes a very good support. So you can see here that you have got there is a confluence here. There is a Ichimoku confluence here at 17,500. You can see here. So you can see here these two lines is very, very powerful. So you can see here now there is a confluence here of 463 and 519. So there is a confluence of Ichimoku levels as well. So why we prefer Ichimoku as one of a very good trend reading or trend mechanism concept is that Ichimoku gives you an understanding of the present, of the past, and also of the future. So it's very powerful and it's very progressive in the terms of its representation. All right. So now again coming back into this concept, what are we seeing here? We are seeing here that right now Nifty is in a powerful state. Nifty is in a powerful state. So let's move further. Let's move further and check out what is happening. Okay. When we go down, you can see here that right now, as far as the scores are concerned, the scores are suggesting that yes, the overall Nifty positioning is very much on the positive side. The scores are looking good. And even on a multi-day and positional basis, it has started moving. So which is a clear indication, right? It's a clear indication that the price action is there very much, and one could definitely take action. So overall bullishness is there in Nifty. It's strong, and yes, you may see some short signals here because it has run up. So you may see some short signals here. Reversal signals come right often when it gets heated up. So that's why. But otherwise, predominantly you are having long position, and even Neo Trader has indicated a long position. So overall, जो setup है Nifty का, it is suggesting that it is a bullish scenario. Okay, तो अभी हम जाकर देखेंगे कि ये जो सिनेरियो है ऑफ द लेवल्स, तो ये लेवल्स पे हम देख रहे हैं कि currently which is the Fibonacci pivot level. So we have got here the set of pivot levels here, which indicates to us a ability of a reader to look across time frame. So you have got intraday here, you have got multi-day here, and you have got positional here. So what are we going to do? You are going to see across time frame. You're going to see across time frame, and then you are going to see on how can you get a picture. And what is the picture? We are going to see how can we tie up certain loose ends. So what are we going to do? We are going to see, well, are some levels going to match? So what are we going to do? We are going to see where are we getting a matching levels, right? Where are we getting some matching levels so that we can take a clue on what's happening. So you can see here that I always prefer for either a R1 to cross or S1 to cross on the downside. R1 to cross on the upside, S1 to cross on the downside. Now, when I take a look at this, okay, when I take a look at this, what do I see? I see that 18,165, 18,175, and 18,150. So essentially, I am having a confluence here of important levels. So now when the market is going to open up, right? When the market is going to open up, the first thing I'll be seeing is whether these levels are exceeded or not. I'm going to see whether these levels are exceeded or not, because it is a 5-figure. You will have to give some breathing room for the prices. But largely you will see they are, even despite a large number, they are pretty much close to each other. So this level assumes a lot of importance. So when the market opens, you got to track whether are these levels exceeded and held. Then it augurs for more possibility. Now the next question is possibility up to where? So as part of this setup, the immediate target is your R3. So R3 is around 15,600. You can see here anywhere between 18,500 to 18,600 would be a very good target zone. You can see here 18,500, you are having two sets of 500 to 600. This is also, this is 19, sorry. This is 18. You can see here 18,664. So now this is a little farther away, but then you can see here 596 and 520 seems to be a very good confluence zone. So anywhere between 520 and 596, you can expect the market on the upside in Nifty. Now, what are we expecting the market to do? We are expecting the market to move up. Why? Because of the indications which it has shown. Now, the moment the market opens, should you buy? Answer is no. Why? Because you will wait for validation of these levels. As an intraday player, you have to wait at least for a 15-minute close above this level. As a multi-day player, you have to wait at least for a 30-minute candle close or a 1-hour candle close above this level. Only then you will be able to take a longer duration position. And why am I saying that? Because if you're going to go into the market, you have to be very clear about all these levels. And that's why I'm highlighting to you the importance or the significance of a Fibonacci confluence, which you are able to do it here very, very easily. Now, let's see the other scenario. You got to always be prepared for both the sides. So now if you take a look at the other side on the downside, let's come to the downside now. When you come to the downside, you have got here the pivot level, which is 17,900. You have got here 17,962, right? So you can see here again, there is a confluence. 2 is good, 3 is even better, right? So that's what we are seeing here. So you are seeing here that these two levels are matching or near about. So it could become like a zone. You are trying to find supply zone and demand zone. So basically, when you're trying to tie up the Fibonacci levels, the pivot levels, you are trying to find out what is an ideal supply zone or what is a very good demand zone. All right. So when you take a look at the supply zone and demand zone, it makes it easier for you to know, okay, this is what is the overall scenario in the market. That's what is important. Whenever you're going to participate, you should always know what is the overall scenario in the market. If you do not know that, then you will always remain in the dark, right? और डार्क में रहकर आप काम करेंगे तो आपको पता है कि उसका नतीजा क्या होगा. तो हमेशा आपको ध्यान देना है कि ओवरऑल थीम क्या चल रहा है, व्हाट इज द ओवरऑल मार्केट सिनेरियो, how is the overall market, and what is the overall positioning. So now if you see here 7900, if you see here based on Ichimoku setup as well, you are finding that the support levels of the TS is emerging around 7900. So यहाँ पर भी एक सपोर्ट है और यहाँ पर भी एक सपोर्ट है. तो आपको पता है कि 7900 आपका सपोर्ट हो गया. इमीडिएट टारगेट जोन टू ट्रैक 18150 से लेके 18180 का जोन हो गया. नाउ ऑन द अपसाइड 18500 से लेके 18600 आपका प्रॉफिट बुकिंग जोन हो गया. So this way you are very well aware, all right? You are very well aware of what needs to happen. So 7900, if you see here, you are having very close at 7900. You can see here 7900 is the S2 at multi-day. So now you can see here you are having an even more finer confluence here, 7900, and then you are having the TS line which is at 7900. So 7900 is also assuming a very good support. So you have got two levels of support, which is 18,000, 7,900. You have got one immediate resistance, which is 18,150 to 180. Then the next level from there, if it exceeds, is all the way up till 18,600. So we got to see now how this is going to pan out and how are we going to take action. So overall scenario in Nifty is bullish, right? You all have got an understanding of that. So sorry, this analysis we did using NeoTrader stock analyzer page, right? We are only done with Nifty. Let's go into Bank Nifty and then we will get into some sector as well, right? Now, when you go and take a look at it in the stock analyzer page, right? Stock analyzer page is available here, right at the top. And when you go into this Bank Nifty, right? What is the major difference which you are observing in Nifty compared to Bank Nifty? Yeah, what is the major difference which you are observing in Nifty compared to Bank Nifty? आंसर है कि यहाँ पे कोई भी मोमेंटम अब तक शुरू नहीं हुआ है, ना इंट्राडे, ना मल्टी डे, ना पोजिशनल. यहाँ पर भी आपको जो यहाँ पर इंडिकेशन है, you can see here there is an indication which says whether it is neutral or not. So you can see here that there is absolutely no scenario. Okay, there is absolutely no scenario here, no momentum. So when there is no momentum, we have to be careful. Please understand, when there is no momentum, you have to be careful. And that's why you will see that there has hardly been any movement in Bank Nifty. It has been taking time, right? But the best part is that we have got some positive news flow. I don't know how many of you have been tracking. SBI results have come out very well. It's one of the strongest movers in the Bank Nifty, and the way the Bank Nifty is getting positioned, okay, the way the Bank Nifty is getting positioned, it is indicating probably कि अब next week Bank Nifty में कुछ हो सकता है, right? Why am I saying that? क्योंकि अगर आप देखेंगे कि the current level of Bank Nifty, okay, current level of Bank Nifty जो है, that is very close to the TS line. Okay, Bank Nifty, I'm referring to the Bank Nifty spot, is currently close to the TS line. So there is a scenario here where there is it's very close to the TS line. Okay, Bank Nifty is currently trading very close to the TS line. Now, what does that mean? It means that the price is already trading at support. Just at the important support level per, it's just waiting for some clue. Somebody give me a clue as to why I should go up. Bank Nifty is waiting for such clue, and that clue has been given by SBI. So now if that trigger is positive and if that trigger is encouraging, we will see that the entire move will emerge. And this move could definitely help Bank Nifty scale a very good move to the upside. So let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at that and find out कि उसको कैसे काम करना है, because that's very important, right? That's very important as we are trying to participate. And why is it important? Because when you're going to participate in the market, right? When you're going to participate in the market, it's very important to take a look at the overall scenario, right? It is very important to take a look at the overall scenario, because markets are all about what is the picture you're drawing. Okay, markets are all about what is the picture you're drawing, and based on whatever picture we are drawing, we are finding that Nifty is much more stronger. Okay, Nifty is much more stronger than Bank Nifty. All right, so Nifty is well positioned. Now you can see here that where is the Nifty line. So you can see here bullish scores are there. So bullishness है निफ्टी में, बैंक निफ्टी में बुलिशनेस है, लेकिन ज्यादा मूवमेंट नहीं दिखाई दे रहा है. तो इसके लिए अभी हम क्या करेंगे कि क्या ट्रिगर पॉइंट्स है बैंक निफ्टी में, वो हम देखेंगे. वी ऑलरेडी सीन दैट बैंक निफ्टी इज करंटली ट्रेडिंग एट अ इंपॉर्टेंट जंक्चर which is around 41,200. Okay, 41,200 to 300 is an important support zone. Now let's go here and let's see here in the pivot range. What are you seeing in the pivot range? In this pivot range, okay, in this pivot range, you are seeing that the prices are stable. Okay, they're stable right here. They're stable, and they are currently at P to R1, R1 to R2. So essentially, there is some bit of movement, but not enough for generating further direction. So that's why you'll see here that there are no active signals at the moment. So now बैंक निफ्टी में अभी एक्टिविटी आने वाला है. So all of us should get ready. Lot of retail participation happens in Bank Nifty compared to Nifty. So that's why it is very important that we track Bank Nifty all the time. So now when you go lower, all right, when you go lower and when you try to find out what are the important zones, so you will see that Bank Nifty is currently trading at the pivot. Okay, it's currently trading at the pivot, and you can see here that Bank Nifty, there is a very good confluence of the pivot of the intraday and the multi-day. So intraday and the multi-day pivot, there is a very good confluence zone here. You can see here there is a very good confluence zone. So right now, this is an important zone to watch out for. Why? Because Bank Nifty is already trading at the pivot. Okay, Bank Nifty is already trading at the pivot. So now, even if there were a limited scenario, so I said that on the upside, 41,500. So let's see what is the higher levels here in Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty, there are no higher levels. Bank Nifty is currently trading at the support. So it is right now you have to look at these kind of scenarios to find out the targets. So what is the immediate first level of resistance? Let's find the resistance first and then go to the support. So first level of resistance in Bank Nifty is emerging around 41,600. You can see here around 41,600 is your first level of resistance. Then you have got 41,750 to 800. So 41,550 to 41,800, right? 41,550 to 41,600, 41,750 to 41,800. So these are two sets of resistance on the upside in Bank Nifty, which you got to target, and on the downside. Okay, and on the downside, you will see here that S1 is an important zone. So 41,111. You are having a zone here at 41,111 and 41,000. So basically around 41,000. Okay, 41,000 to 41,100 will be your first level of support. You can see here the S2, more than S1, the S2, 41,000 and 41,010. So what I am trying to do here is I am trying to match these levels. When I match these levels, it gives me greater confidence on developing a support zone and developing a demand zone. So support zone, demand zone, and supply zone, resistance zones are the same. So we have found out some resistance zones in Bank Nifty. We have found out some support zones in Bank Nifty. So as we go into the markets and as we interact during the week, these are the levels which we are going to track. And now when we start tracking these levels, we'll know exactly, okay, at the start of the week, we found out this. The intraday column will keep on changing during the week. But what will happen is that the entire market, right, the entire market will continue, and that's how we'll move on. So I hope you're able to hear me now. And this is what is happening right now in the markets. We saw these levels here. This was our level 1, right? This was our level 1 where we tied up on the upside. This was our level 2 on the upside, right? This is on the upside. Now let's check out on the downside. This was your level 1 on the downside, and this was your level 1 on the downside. So this is how you go about, this is how you go about finding out how you can look at the markets and how you can ensure that we will be able to take a look at the overall market condition and find out what we need to do on a consistent basis. So I hope all of you have got some clarity now on Nifty and Bank Nifty. We have defined the support levels, we have defined the resistance levels, we have had a good idea about the bias, and now when we take a look at the overall markets, we'll be able to take a very good decision on what we need to do. All right. So now we are done with stock analyzer. So let's get on to the market view and find out what's really happening as far as the sectors are concerned. Okay. How many of you have understood the Nifty and Bank Nifty analysis? Please type BNF on the chat, which will say Bank Nifty and Nifty. How many of you understood the Nifty and Bank Nifty analysis? Please type BNF on the chat. I want to know how many of you understood, because we have spent some time in analyzing. We have spent some time in giving you some clarity. So I want to know exactly what is going on in your mind. Okay, fantastic. BNF, BNF, BNF. Very good. Right. So now we have got an understanding of the market, right? We got an understanding of the market, and now what are we going to do? We are going to take a look at the sector. So day का जो sector है, that you don't worry about it. All right. Day का जो sector है, वो हम during the week we will track it. Now what are we going to do? We are going to see now on weekly basis and monthly basis. Okay. Okay. On a weekly basis and monthly basis is what we are going to see. And now on a monthly basis, let's go and take a look. What's happening during the month? All of us can see here that there is a movement already seen in cement, metals, and PSU bank. Correct? So cement, metals, and PSU banks are looking great on a monthly basis, right? So this is the overall positioning of the sector as we are looking at the start of this month. So this is the overall monthly position. Now what will we do? We will move. Okay, we will move into. Let's move into the week. Now what do you see? Based on last week's performance, cement is moving, and you can see here cement, there has been a very strong move, right? Cement, media on weekly basis, metals, right? And PSU bank has just started. So every sector. So when do we consider a sector which has moved strongly? Any sector 25 to 30% and above is what you should consider as a very good move. So you can see here pharma, Some services are also started, and industrial manufacturing. So these are the sectors that are looking positive for the week ended last week. Now, when you take a look at a sector exhaustion, okay, you have to be careful on that aspect as well. So now what you'll see here that cement had a very good run. Okay, it's had a very good move. Now you have to see for the next week, the sectors which have shown some already a strong move in the last week may take some rest in the forthcoming week. So that's how sector rotation happens. Sector rotation happens by one sector giving way to the other. So now whenever you are going to take a look at a sector, you should not imagine that because it did well last week, it will continue this week as well. It may take a pause. So that's how you have to plan your approach, and that's how you have to pace your innings. Now, for this, a higher time frame is important. So this is a scenario here. Now again, what I'll do is I will open this particular page. Okay, I'll open this particular page on another screen. All right, and here I will put the monthly. So when you see here based on monthly, okay, when you see here based on monthly, let me refresh the screen and I shift it to month. Okay, so now on a monthly, you will see here that cement and metals, all right, cement and metals have just started. So they are just starting out. This is the weekly scenario. This is the monthly scenario. I hope all of you can see this is a weekly, right? This is a weekly and this is the monthly. So now you know that yes, there are some sectors which have not even started on a monthly basis, but there is some movement shown here. So you can shift your focus to those stocks also. You should not let your focus or guard away from this, but you should be aware that yes, this sector is getting stretched. Now, when will you know that? When you come here and when you take a look. Like for example, PSU banks, right? Now SBI results will come, banks will start moving. So probably then this would tend to near some exhaustion level. So you should shift your attention to other sectors. That's how you can trade smartly. And from this page, I get to know very easily. Across all the sectors that where the strength is emerging. Is there any sign of weakness? Right? Is there any sign of weakness? I don't see any. थोड़ा बहुत तो रेड तो होगा, right? रेड होना जाहिर है, थोड़ा bearishness होगा, but overall market is bullish. ठीक है? Overall market is bullish. So that's how you got to find out. So now again when you drill down on the sectors, cement last week काफी चला, तो next week चलना थोड़ा मुश्किल है. Limited stocks पे movement होगा, so you have to be very selective in your stock selection. All right. Now metals also similar. So metals may come to a pause. So if metals are going to move, it will be the metal names which have not yet moved. So you have to be very careful in your stock selection. We will come to that part in few moments from now. Now pharma is well poised. Services, PSU बैंक, ये सब में हम ध्यान दे सकते हैं, right? So that's how you got to pick out certain sectors and then you have to fine tune your approach. So ये सब stocks पे हम sectors पे हमें ध्यान देना है. बाकी sectors have not shown much action, so we will let it be and we'll see as we go through it during the week. All right. Now, what do we do next? Okay, we have got an idea about the sector. Overall sector bias is bullish also. It is across multiple sectors. It is not concentrated on very few sectors as well. The week has ended well. The month is also showing some positivity. So overall, there is a bullishness in the market. All right. Overall, there is a bullishness in the market. It is spread across sectors. So this is the assessment which we are getting. We are finding that the cement and metals are getting stretched. So next week, cement and metals may take a pause. So better is we shift our focus to some other sector. Which other sector? Pharma could be one, PSU banks could be one, and if Bank Nifty is going to perform, right? If Bank Nifty is going to perform, the private banks which have been silent, they will also start stepping in. So now ये सब थोड़े clues मिल रहे हैं हमें from the overall positioning, and let's see now how the market pans out, and how we are going to take cognizance of this weekly setup as we are positioning. All right, so this is the indication which we are getting from the sector overview. All right, so I hope all of you have got an idea now of how these sectors are positioned before we get into the stocks. So how many of you have got an understanding of the sector? Please type SEC on the chat. I want to know how many of you have got an understanding of the sector, how we reviewed the sector, how we found out the stretched sectors, how we ensured that the sectors are going to shift, how we did a top-down analysis, and how we got an analysis. I'm going step by step so that I have all of you with me on the same page. We are moving into the pivots page, and let's get into the Cameria page. Okay. वे हम कैमरिया पेज पे चलेंगे और कैमरिया पेज में देखेंगे कि हाउ टू फाइंड आउट द स्टॉक्स. ओके, हाउ टू फाइंड आउट द स्टॉक्स and how to do a analysis based on the stocks. So what are we going to do? We are going to take a look at the stock. We are going to take a look at the stock, and then we are going to go from a top down approach. So we are going to go into the monthly. Okay, we are going to go into the monthly, right? We are going to go into the monthly, and we are going to see what stocks, okay, which of the stocks are moving above H4, which of the stocks are moving below L4. Why? Because in a Cameria setup, H4 and L4 are important triggers. Okay, H4 and L4 are important triggers to watch out for. So what are we going to do? We are going to find out H4 और L4 में कौन से स्टॉक्स ऐसे हैं जो H4 के ऊपर बंद दिए या L4 के नीचे बंद दिए. So now for a intraday or a multi-day setup, I will prefer to go with stocks from the FNO basket. Now, if you are wanting to do maybe a multi-week kind of a trade, then you can change your universe. Okay, you can change your universe to a Nifty 500 if you want to. All right, you can change your universe to a Nifty 500 if you are wanting to trade on a even more higher time frame. यानी multi-week करना है आपको, तो you can go in for a Nifty 500. नहीं तो FNO basket is what I normally trade on a intraday or a multi-day basis, so I will go with the FNO basket. ठीक है, अभी FNO basket तो हमने चुन लिया. अभी यहाँ पर क्या करेंगे? We will go with stocks. All right, we will go with stocks which are having 3 circles in green. 3 circles in green यानी all the time frame, daily, weekly, monthly, सब जगह पे the prices are above H4. So you can see here, this is one, this is another, right? So these are all the stocks where all the 3 circles are green. You can see here, all the 3 circles are green, right? This is a monthly above H4. So I am now highlighting all these names, right? I am highlighting all these names so that I can track them. I track these stocks so that now I'll be able to participate in them, and then I will be able to give you some idea. Okay, so that's how I'll be participating, and that's what I'll be doing. All right, so let me just see here. You can see here now that there are some names which are visible. Okay, there are some names which are visible here which are having all the 3 circles green, right? If they are having all the 3 circles green, those are the names which I'll be selecting. You can see here Metropolis, Tata Communication, Sun TV. I keep looking out for all the 3 circles to be green. And I am going for the Nifty FNO basket. And I select the monthly time frame as well. So you can see here, these are all the names, okay, where all the three circles are green. All right, all the three circles are green. SBI. So why am I selecting these? Because these are the best names. Okay, these are the best names. So I am selecting all of them. All right, I'm selecting all of them, and then I will make a watch list out of them. I'll make a watch list out of them. Why? Because I want to ensure, okay, I want to ensure that they are on the positive side. So I can see here, I will go here. There is Bandhan Bank, there is Emphasis, there is HUL, there is SBI card. That's it. There are 4 stocks on the downside and all these stocks on the upside. All right. So now, now what do I do? Now what do I do? I'll just see if there are any more names here. Yes, I have covered all of them. And I covered all of them. So now what I'll do is I will go now. Okay, I will go now and I will create a watch list out of them. Okay, I'll create a watch list out of them, and I will ensure that we are able to use this in a proper way. So now I've got these names. Okay, I've got these names with me. Okay, what I'll do, I will now go to one time frame lower. How many of you have understood till here? Please give me a thumbs up. What I've done, I have gone and done Nifty FNO. I have selected monthly here, and I'm selecting all the stocks with either 3 green dots or 3 red dots. Above H4, below L4. All right. Above H4, below L4, I have selected these stocks. Now what do I do? Right. Now what do I do? I will create a watch list. Okay. I will create a watch list out of them. And how do you create a watch list? Right. Let me show you how to create a watch list. So I go here. I open my watch list page. Okay, I open my watch list page, and then I go here, and then those who are not yet familiar, you can do it along with me. I'll create a watch list now. I will say here Camellia monthly H4. I will say here Camellia monthly H4, and I'll create a watch list. Okay. So Camellia monthly H4, I have got a watch list here. So what will I do? I will go to this Camellia page and I will start adding all the names. So I got VDL here, Excite here. So basically I keep on typing these names here, or I can go to this page and I can say add to watch list. Now we have added the stocks in monthly on H4 and L4. We have got that now on monthly. Now what do we do? All right. Now what do we do? Okay. Now what do we do? We will go here, right? We have got our list here, monthly H4. Now we will see on weekly basis, which are those names that have figured. Last week, what happened? Based on the weekly scoring, based on the weekly last week, which of the stocks gave a closing above H4? These were the names. On a weekly basis, these were the names, right? That was on the monthly. But last week, these were the names, right? So you see a smaller list. Now, what do? I again go back and I add to this and I create a new watch list. I say Cam. What do we have to do is we have to now go into the candlestick dashboard. Why? Because price action is one, candlestick formation is the other part which you have to consider. So basically you are filtering it down. आपने पहले मंथली देखा, फिर आए वीकली में, वीकली देखा, अभी वीकली देखने के बाद हम जाएंगे कैंडलस्टिक डैशबोर्ड पे. On the candlestick dashboard, okay, on the candlestick dashboard, what do we got to do? Okay, what do we got to do? We have to go here and first change the time frame for the week. Okay, you have to change it for the week. This is the first step. This is step number 1. Step number 1 is change the time frame. Then now what you will do? We don't want Nifty FNO basket. We want our basket. And what is our basket? Our basket is weekly H4. Stocks which have crossed weekly H4. Now when you do weekly H4, okay, when you do weekly H4, what will happen is the number of stocks, let me first reduce it, the number of stocks which you have for the week, okay, you have to set it here. This is your weekly H4 list, okay, and then you will see here that these are the stocks which are having long line bullish. This is your basket. This is the time frame. These are the filters you are putting in, and you can see here Reliance is not having a weekly long line candle. Amar Raja Battery not having a weekly long line candle. Metropolis not having a weekly long line candle. So you can see here that TCS, Exide, these are not having a weekly long line candle. So which are having a weekly nice long body candle? They are these. How many of you understood? Give me a thumbs up. So we are selecting these names now. So you are doing 2 validations. You are doing a validation based on price action, plus you are doing a validation based on the candlestick setup. So you have selected these stocks which are having a proper nice candlestick body. Now यहाँ जिस पे हम काम करेंगे, ठीक है? Now इस वॉच लिस्ट का नाम है CS वीकली H4. अभी आप जाकर देखेंगे कि वॉच लिस्ट के सेक्शन में, if I go to edit watch list, I can see added certain watch list here. Okay, so I have created a watch list called CS Weekly H4. All right. So इस CS Weekly H4 में, okay, CS Weekly H4 में ये सारे stocks available है. Okay, ये सारे stocks available है, which is your SBI, UPL. Okay, SBI, UPL, Jindal Steel, all these names are available, okay, as a stock of long body candle. Now, what am I going to do? I have got the long body candle. Now, what I'll do is, I will check for the strength of these candles, okay. I'll check for the strength of these candles. So, what I'll do is, I will now go, okay, I will now go into a page. Okay, I'll now go into a page that is called as Ichimoku. Why am I going to Ichimoku? Because in Ichimoku, I get a very good idea about the strength of the trend. So we'll do in 2 phases. तो पहले अभी हम Ichimoku के basis पे हम उस full group को evaluate करेंगे. So where are we going? We are going now, okay, to the weekly H4. Okay, we'll go to the weekly H4. So इसमें थोड़े दूसरे stocks भी है, तो हम सारे stocks को ले लेंगे so that we get an idea. All right. उसमें अभी तक long body candle नहीं है, but overall it has satisfied. So we will consider that. And what will we do? We will check for 2 filters are important. So on this page, okay, we are going to check only for the weekly candle. Okay, right? So we will remove all the daily 30-60 minutes. ये सारे निकाल देंगे. You can just click on the cross button. You just click on the cross button. Like for example, everything is there. Just click on the cross. It will go away. So just keep the weekly on. So यहाँ पर आप देखेंगे पूरा weekly है, right? And whatever stocks which we have selected, all the stocks are visible here. Okay, all the stocks are visible here. And what do? We are going to see for where the close is above the cloud. Okay, we are going to see where the close is above the cloud and where the CS is above the cloud. So ये 2 filters बहुत important है. What does this mean? Close above the cloud मतलब इचिमोकू में जैसे कि आपको बताया था कि देयर आर 5 सेट्स ऑफ लाइंस and every line has got an important role to play. Now there are two lines which forms a cloud. So now if the price is above the cloud, that means it is bullish. If the price is below the cloud, that means it is bearish. So that is the first filter which we are applying. The second filter which we are applying is CS above the cloud. CS is a very important aspect of Ichimoku. Okay, just like in the entire part of your face, your eyes are very important. Eyes have a very important role to play. Okay, your eyes have a very important role to play. So they give you a lot of insight on yourself, on the person. So in the same way, a eye of the entire Ichimoku is the CS. So CS plays a very important role, and when you track the CS, you exactly know कि प्राइस एक्शन में क्या हो रहा है. सो दैट पावरफुल इज द रोल ऑफ CS लाइन. सो इफ CS इज अबव द क्लाउड, उसका मतलब है कि इसका ओवरऑल स्ट्रेंथ जो है वो काफी बढ़िया है, एंड यू शुड डेफिनेटली कंसिडर दिस स्टॉक इन योर मार्केट पार्टिसिपेशन. सो दैट इज द मैसेज विच यू गेट फ्रॉम दीज टू फिल्टर्स. सो वो दो फिल्टर लगाएंगे तो हमारे सामने ये 5 नाम आते हैं. ओके, कैन सी हियर, दिस इज रिलायंस, SBI, AB Capital, JSWSTEEL, Sun TV. So these are the names that are emerging when you are doing a filtration based on the CS line. So this is what is the scenario here. So you have done on weekly basis. So now we'll also add one element of day as well, to see now how it is emerging on a daily basis. तो यहाँ पर आपको दिख रहा है कि यहाँ पर डे और वीक का दोनों कंपैटिबिलिटी है रिलायंस में, SBI में, बट नॉट इन अमर राजा. यू कैन सी हियर द सेम सिनेरियो इज नॉट देयर इन अमर राजा. ऑल दीज एलिमेंट JSW स्टील में है, AB कैपिटल में है, SBI में है, रिलायंस में है, राइट? So you are seeing here that in these names there is a compatibility of close above cloud and CS above cloud in Reliance, SBI, AB Capital, JSWSTEEL. So now if you are going to track some stock in the next week, then these 4 names could be something to track. All right. So Reliance, SBI, AB Capital, JSWSTEEL. So ये 4 नाम आ रहे हैं हमारे पास to track for the coming week. So now what will we do? We will now go and check out the momentum. हमने प्राइस एक्शन देख लिया, हम मंथली से वीकली में आ गए, अभी वीकली से हम डेली में जाएंगे. तो अब मोमेंटम ट्रैक करने के लिए हम चलेंगे इनटू the momentum indicators, right? So we'll go to the technical indicator view and we'll go on to ADX and we will go on to RSI, right? So we go on to ADX and we'll go on to RSI. So we will check the strength of the trend, okay? And here we will put the daily. Put the strength of the trend and we'll put the daily. यहाँ पर again we can put our weekly H4 because it has got all the stocks here. And on this page, okay, what have we done on the ADX DMI setup? तो एक है ADX, दूसरा है DMI, right? उसके बारे में हम आगे चर्चा करेंगे, but just for your understanding, when ADX और DMI के जो levels है उसके बेसिस पे हमने ये पेज डिजाइन किया है, और इस पेज से हमें पता चलता है कि कौन से स्टॉक्स में अच्छा एक मोमेंटम हम देख सकते हैं. सो बेस्ड ऑन दैट सेटअप, okay, based on that setup, the power trend which is established here, so you can see here there is power trend bullish, power trend bearish, and power trend exhaustion on the bullish side and the bearish side. Everything is represented here for your view. Now we are talking about the bullish side. तो हमने यहां से शॉर्टलिस्ट किया था कि रिलायंस, AB कैपिटल, SBI और JSW स्टील, और इस पेज से नजर आ रहा है कि डेली चार्ट पे ये चारों स्टॉक में पावर ट्रेंड है. रिलायंस, AB कैपिटल, SBI or JSW Steel. So these four stocks are having good trend. So now if you are going to participate in the market in the coming week, these four stocks में जब भी action आए आपको काम करना चाहिए. So momentum is the trend is there. Now let's also validate it through the RSI. तो RSI पे भी हम जाएंगे और डेली पर डालेंगे, और डेली में डालने के बाद डेली में डालने के बाद मैं वापस वीकली सेटअप में देख रहा हूं. सो आई कैन सी हियर दैट देयर इज SBI, there is JSW Steel, Reliance and AB Capital. So you can see here that SBI. Okay, now how does this page help? How does this heat map help? So you can see here that in the case of SBI, all the dots are green. Okay, now how will you combine the ADX page and the RSI page? It's very important. Okay, while the trending page talks about the strength of the trend and the setup, the overbought oversold zone can be identified with this particular page. So you can see here now, out of the stocks which we are intending to consider, okay, now we have got Reliance, we have got JSW Steel, we have got SBI and we have got AB Capital. So out of these, Reliance और SBI में अब भी थोड़ा, Reliance और JSW Steel में अब भी थोड़ा room है to move, while SBI has moved quite sharply. Okay, and you can see here that probably the trend is getting stretched, क्योंकि सारे dots green में है तो उसका मतलब है कि उसका trend is getting stretched. Now, so in terms of ranking, we will have Reliance and JSW at the top, उसके बाद होगा AB Capital और उसके बाद होगा SBI. So this would be a ranking. SBI has got fantastic results, everything is there, but then if you're going to take that trade, it is having a higher degree of risk. So I am trying to combine all the aspects of price action, of price analysis, of momentum reading, and then putting together a set of stocks on your desk so that you are able to do the analysis of the entire framework in a sequential manner, right? That's what is the whole scenario here, and that's what you are being shown here, that how will you go step by step. First, what did we do? We did an analysis based on the Cameria. We did on a monthly. From there, we shortlisted onto the weekly. Then when we got onto the weekly, we knew, okay, these are this number of stocks which I should be tracking. Now, in those set of stocks, we went down to do a long body analysis, and based on the long body analysis, we shortlisted again a set of stocks which are having long body candles, and on those stocks, we have now found out the momentum, and based on the momentum reading, we have now shortlisted the candidates, and based on the shortlisting, we are having 4 stocks which we can track. Of course, there are other names as well, but during the week, we can definitely have a look at Reliance, JSW Steel, AB Capital and SBI. So let's see how these stocks pan out, and how these stocks are able to give us the kind of momentum, because overall, the market is bullish. We had also identified the support levels and resistance levels, and that's how you can do a very thorough analysis of the market, of the stocks, of the sector in a very comprehensive way. So did you know what did we just do? We spent around some time to understand the market reading, and then go about to give you a very comprehensive analysis of what is happening. But then, did you realize one thing? Yeah, can you all tell me what we did not do? Can you all tell me what we did not do? Yeah, can you all tell me what we did not do? Yeah, can you all tell me what we did not do? Fantastic. I got only one answer so far. Very right, Jinmani. Ambala Vanan, yes. All the veterans are giving the right answer. Some newcomers are there. They are still trying to understand. Not a problem. Okay. Right. हमने अभी तक कोई भी चार्ट नहीं देखा. राइट. हमने अभी तक कोई भी चार्ट नहीं देखा. लेकिन मैं जानता हूं कि आप सबको चार्ट देखने की बहुत इच्छा है. राइट. आप सबको चार्ट देखने की बहुत इच्छा है. नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम. In 10 minutes, we will now see the same thing what I told you in 10 minutes. Okay, let's do a quick see through on the charts as well. All right. So let's see exactly what I told you on the charts. तो charts पे चले जाते हैं. ठीक है, पहले हम charts पे चले गए. Right. So let's put on everything. Let's put on Nifty. Let's put on the daily chart. Okay, here are daily chart. This is the chart of Nifty. We said Nifty is bullish. Nifty support levels are there at 7900. ये था ये gap support, जिसके बारे में हमने ऑलरेडी कंसिडर कर चुके थे. और ये रहा बैंक निफ्टी. बैंक निफ्टी का सपोर्ट इज अराउंड 41,000. दैट ऑल्सो वी स्पोक अबाउट. हायर लेवल्स एट 41 till 600. 41,600 is this range, is the level here. इसके आगे चला तो 42,000 is what I am expecting कि 42,000 के ऊपर चलेगा तो there would be a very sharp move in Bank Nifty. So Bank Nifty is something you can see here. It has spent some time in consolidation, and this is the movement here. पूरा consolidation था. ये movement भी हमने देखा, and इसकी वजह से overall movement था. And let me put on here Ichimoku. Okay, ये है Ichimoku. प्राइस अभी भी TS लाइन पर है. ये है 500 लाइन उसके. ये CS लाइन है. ये TS KS है. एंड दिस इज योर सेंकाओ A एंड सेंकाओ B. तो इस पे भी क्लियर है कि प्राइस आर एट द TS लाइन. ये भी हमें पता चला न्यू ट्रेडर से. सो what is happening is you are able to go through one chart after the other, one stock after the other, and what you have done in 1 hour is you have gone over various sets of parameters across time frame, across all the possibilities, so that you are able to get a very good view and assessment of the market. Now let us go to the stocks. हमने बात किया था SBI का. ठीक है, ये रहा SBI का चार्ट. और यहां पर अगर आप ADX डालेंगे, ओके, तो ये ADX है. तो ADX इसमें इसका पावर ट्रेंड है इसमें अभी भी बरकरार. राइट. सो नाउ इसमें आप ADX इज शोइंग यू अ गुड मूव, बट व्हाट इज शोइंग यू अ स्ट्रेच्ड पॉसिबिलिटी. ओके, व्हाट इज शोइंग यू स्ट्रेच पॉसिबिलिटी इज योर RSI. तो RSI इज सेइंग कि ये सब अभी पॉजिटिव हो गया है, तो आपको जरा केयरफुल रहना चाहिए. बट इट इज नॉट गोइंग आउट ऑफ आवर ट्रैकिंग लिस्ट, राइट? So you are having a tracking list now which you can execute. So what are the stocks which we have shortlisted for the week? We have shortlisted Reliance, we have shortlisted JSWSTEEL, we have shortlisted AB Capital, and then comes SBI. SBI का रिजल्ट है, तोड़फोड़ रिजल्ट है, गैप अप होगा, और गैप अप पे आप सब चढ़ेंगे तो देन आपको पता है कि अंजाम क्या होगा. तो गैप अप पे चढ़ने के बजाय आप उसे, you can see here now JSWSTEEL. Why JSWSTEEL? Because you can see here that it has spent some time in consolidation, and it has just moved above a set of resistance zone over the last 3 months on Friday. तो यहाँ पर और ज्यादा रूम बन रहा है. This was one stock which we shortlisted as the top of the ranking, and then we said कि Reliance होगा, will be our number 2 stock, where you can see here that Reliance पे भी अब 60 के ऊपर चल रहा है RSI, and you can see here that the stock is showing an intention to move up. Between Reliance and JSWSTEEL हमने कहा कि मेटल थोड़ा स्ट्रेच्ड है, So prefer Reliance. Now, Reliance doesn't move every day, so you have to be a little careful when you are participating in Reliance. So you got to watch it out. You got to see here that here momentum strength is there. You have got the confirmation from the momentum indicators, price action. So these two would be your number one. I've already talked to you about your SBI, and this is AB Capital. You can see your AB Capital. AB Capital is showing a very good move. It moved up very strongly on Friday. It continues to move up. Yes, there is possibility, and you should continue to look at these stock as well. So you can see here that the 4 stocks which we have shortlisted, they are doing quite well, and they are positioned quite well. And all these analysis, how is the ADX setup, DMI setup, how is the RSI setup, everything we were able to analyze in a very swift manner, right? How many of you agree कि analysis जो है वो काफी सिंप्लीफाइड लग रहा है अभी जब भी आप न्यू ट्रेडर से चार्ट पे आ रहे हैं? हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू फील दैट? प्लीज टाइप एनटी ऑन द चैट. आई वांट टू नो हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू फील दैट व्हेन यू टेक अ लुक एट द ओवरऑल फ्लो ऑफ हाउ इट्स हैपनिंग. या क्योंकि आपको पता है कि कौन से स्टॉक्स पे जाना है और कौन से स्टॉक्स पे काम करना है और राइट स्टॉक्स क्या है. दैट्स व्हाट इज द एजेंडा. राइट स्टॉक्स क्या है और राइट स्टॉक्स को कैसे देखना है. राइट, वी ऑलवेज कंटिन्यू टू डू दैट, एंड दैट्स द होल ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑफ टुडेज एक्सरसाइज कि आपको कैसे आगे लेके चले. Because if you want to go and participate in any event, what do? You first check and see whether that particular event is worth participating in, right? So now when you are taking a look at the markets, instead of just whiling away and just seeing some random stocks, what have we done? We have ensured that we put a process in place. So the way we have evaluated is different. Every rules have got equal probability because it has gone through a decent amount of testing. Now, wherever the rules comply, wherever a certain set of parameters are met, you should go ahead and take a trade. If you try and put more and more filters into your trading setup, you will delay your entry. That's the whole idea here. Do not delay your entry. Don't put Camaria also. Don't put Fibonacci also. Don't put CPR as well. Then what will happen is at the end of the day, you will not be taking any trade. You will just be applying one filter after the other, and it will become an academic exercise. We do not want anyone to do an academic exercise. We want everyone to do a proper practical oriented approach, and that's where this kind of analysis will help. So whatever analysis which we have done, okay, it's primarily aimed at helping you shortlist the candidates. Okay, primarily helping you shortlist the candidates so that you can ensure that you are staying on the right side of the trend. Now coming to there is one more question on RSI. So in RSI we have got a further more analysis of how is the RSI faring on a monthly. So you have got 30, 60, you have got daily, you have got weekly, and you have got monthly as well. So you have got a detailed RSI time frame analysis. These are represented through those circles. The circles in green, and wherever it is black, that means that there is no particular signals as of now. All right. Great. So with that, I come to an end of today's session. I hope you got some insight on how to do weekly analysis, how to go step by step through various sets of sequence, and how you have got a very pruned up approach on how to participate in the market, right? Tomorrow, when we meet, we will be again going through how to look at the sector और सेक्टर में से कौन से स्टॉक्स चल रहे हैं. हमारे शॉर्टलिस्ट किए हुए स्टॉक्स जो है उस शॉर्टलिस्ट में से स्टॉक्स कैसे चल रहे हैं. आई हैव ऑलरेडी शोन यू दैट पर्टिकुलर पेज, राइट. आई हैव ऑलरेडी शोन यू दैट पर्टिकुलर पेज वेयर this you can do your analysis, and where you can go through the recording as well and do your analysis. So वो सब करके आप लोग मुझे बताइए कि कौन से स्टॉक्स आपके रेडार में है. एंड टुमारो व्हेन वी मीट, राइट, we will again discuss tomorrow morning once again in live market. We will check out whatever these stocks which we have shortlisted, how is it faring. उस stocks में से जो stocks हमने shortlist किया, how is it performing, etc. All of that we'll be covering in tomorrow's session, and we'll ensure that we are able to get good clarity on how to participate in the market, right? So with that, I come to an end of this weekly analysis. We have seen the sector, we have seen the markets, we have shortlisted the stocks. So let's see what the market has in store for us and help us decide on the future outcome, right? If you liked what you heard, if you liked whatever we discussed, I would like you to go and give your takeaway of this session in the groups so that all of them, those who attended, will know exactly what was your key takeaway from this session. Thank you so much for joining in this session. Have a good day. Stay safe, stay healthy, and enjoy your Sunday.